What if he reaches out during no contact? Hey, ladies, my name is Danny and I'm your life and relationship coach. Today, we are talking about no contact and your ex reaching out to you before the time is up, right? Now, I completely understand. This can result in a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress because you are trying your hardest to follow the process to the T, right? Because you want to have positive results. You want to make sure that you are able to get your ex back. So you are exercising the no contact rule for a reason. But life is unpredictable. People are unpredictable. And the question becomes, or the question is, what if he reaches out to you before the no contact rule ends? Rule number one, do not answer. And the reason why I say this is because in that moment, you are not emotionally prepared. You are not mentally prepared to take that phone call. Now, it's very possible that you have already been in a no contact period for 30 days, more than 30 days, 40, 50 days, whatever the case may be, right? Because at the end of the day, even though we recommend and we advise a minimum 30-day no contact, depending on your situation, right? So if you have been in a long-term relationship, there are some, it's variable, whether you're in a short-term relationship or in a long-term relationship. But at the end of the day, if you have been in a no contact period for the amount of time that was advised or beyond, and you have emotionally come to terms with how things are, right? The reality of your situation, and you are at a place where you are okay with how things happen or how they go either way, then I would say it's okay. Answer the phone. If you are emotionally, and if you are in a place emotionally that you can handle that conversation. But 9 times out of 10, if your ex is calling you before the no contact rule ends, you are probably not ready to take that call in that moment. So do not answer. If you feel the need to talk to your ex, right? Because you feel like there are a lot of unresolved issues. Maybe you feel like there wasn't any closure. There's some answers that you want. I'm not necessarily saying to you to not call them back. Again, it's circumstantial. It depends on your situation. It depends on where you are at emotionally. All I am saying is in that moment, the initial physiological response is going to be one of anxiety. It's going to be a little bit stressful. It's going to make your heart start racing. And remember, when we allow our emotions to take over, we have a tendency of making irrational decisions. And you want to position yourself to successfully get your ex back. So just take a step back. Let the phone ring, move it aside, don't look at it, do whatever you have to do so you are not tempted to answer that phone call. But give yourself some time to prepare, right? Emotionally prepare yourself if you are planning on calling them back, if you are planning on texting them back. Because the more prepared you are, the more likely that the conversation will go better, right? You will be in a little bit more control of the situation and you'll be able to approach it from more of an emotionally neutral standpoint. So, again, number one, do not answer the phone. The second thing that we want to take into consideration is what is the reason for the no contact to begin with, right? Why are you in a no contact rule? Are you in a no contact because there was some toxicity in the relationship? Are you in a no contact because your boyfriend was neglecting you? Are you in a no contact because your boyfriend cheated on you and you're having to basically process the emotions? It's really about taking a step back and evaluating the reasons for why you went into a no contact to begin with, right? Maybe you are working on codependency. Maybe you are working on not being so needy and so clingy. And if that is what you are focused on, answering that phone call prematurely or too early is going to derail your progress. It's going to cause you to regress. And that is not what we are wanting to do. That is not what you're wanting to do. You're wanting to continue to self-develop and progress and build your self-confidence and your self-esteem. So if you are working on yourself and you are not mentally or emotionally ready to take that phone call, do not answer. And again, like I said, evaluate your situation. If there was toxicity in the relationship, my recommendation and advice at that point would be to move on from the relationship. So it's not necessarily a no contact for a minimal period. It's a no contact indefinitely. So again, it really just depends on your situation, but it all boils down to whether you are emotionally or mentally ready to take that call. And quick tip for you, because a lot of people will ask, well, how do I know if I'm emotionally ready, right? And that's a fair point. That's a good question. It is when you could care less. It is when it can go either way and you are totally fine with the outcome because you have come to terms with the situation and you are good with yourself and you are in a place where, again, like I said, you can move on. That is when you know you are ready to take that call. The third thing is, how long into the no contact period did he try to contact you, right? So is it a day in? Is it 48 hours in? Is it 2 weeks in? Is it 60 days in? Depending on the circumstance in the situation, that will determine whether you answer the phone or not as well. If it's 24 hours to 48 hours into a no contact, the answer is hell no. You are not going to answer that phone because you are not ready. It is too fresh, right? Because most of the time, we go into a no contact immediately after a breakup, or we go into a no contact after we have been in a cycle or a pattern that is not benefiting us. So if you answer that phone call too early, if you decide, you know what, no, I'm going to answer it because I have answers that I want. I have questions that I want answered. I don't feel like there was closure. Maybe he's trying to win me back. Maybe he's really sorry about what he did. You have not given enough time and space for him to actually deal with the repercussion of his actions, right? Or maybe you are the one that broke up with your boyfriend because you were just fed up with many things in the relationship. You didn't feel fulfilled. There was needs that were not being met. There were expectations that were not being met. So you decide to break away. If you answer too early and you fall back into that cycle, if you fall back into the relationship too quickly, you're doomed to repeat the same mistakes. So again, patience. It's going to take some time, and following the process is going to be incredibly important. The last and final thing is reassess your goals. Why did you go into a no contact to begin with? Why are you in a no contact? And what are your goals in regards to the no contact? Are you trying to get your boyfriend to miss you? And if you're trying to get him to miss you, 24 to 48 hours is not enough. A week is not enough. 2 weeks is not enough, right? It also depends on how long of a relationship you've been in. If you have been in a long-term relationship, you've built a lot of memories, you've built a lot of connections, you had goals, aspirations, and dreams together. And a lot of people have this fear that their ex is going to move on super quick and just forget about the entire relationship. It doesn't usually work that way. That's not how human beings process, right? Especially if you've built a life together and now you're basically pulling away and going into a no contact. But understand that if you're trying to get your boyfriend to miss you, it's going to take time. It's going to take space. And if you jump back too early, you're just going to derail the process once again. Again, the other part of that is, what if, you're trying to get away from a toxic relationship? My recommendation at that point is you go into a no contact indefinitely until your partner actually does the work. They work on themselves. They find a support system. They find a network to help them through some of their emotional traumas and baggage that they put on you. But again, it's all about reevaluating and understanding what your goals are and sticking to your goals. That is really what is going to make the difference. If you like this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. I would love to hear your opinions. If there's anything that you think that I missed, if you've been in this situation before, if you have any questions at all, please drop them down in the comment box below. I try to read all of them and I try to answer as many as I possibly can. If maybe you just want more information, you want more details about this situation, you can visit us at www.withmyexagain.com, where we have a multitude of different articles and blogs and videos that are related to this subject and many other subjects as well. If you want to book a one-on-one coaching session with myself or any of the other amazing coaches that we have on the team, you can also do that directly through the website. Now, if you feel like you just need a little bit more help, other than the articles and the videos and the blogs, we have an entire product section of things that you can purchase, and they're self-paced, and you can learn as much about whatever subject matter you want. So whether it's about infidelity, whether it's about communication, whether it's about reattracting your partner, we have all of those resources for you in the product section. And I highly recommend purchasing some of those products to help you along in your process. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you're staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you soon.